Okay, I'm Brian Frost of Brian Frost Masonry near St. Andrews, New Brunswick, and I'm here at the Doucet Hennessy House in Bathurst, working on repairing the foundation.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today and what kind of a skill set you bring to this project?
Well, today, I don't know how much you can see, but there's a big section here, about 13 or 14 feet wide, that had kicked in. Like in the middle, there was a doorway, an old cellarway, and it's basically pushed the whole foundation in around that doorway. So we're just basically tearing it out, and then we'll rebuild it with the same stone.
So,
And the skill set I bring is 25 years of working in masonry and down mostly in St. Andrews, St. John area, and a lot of what I do is old buildings back to 1700s.
so can you tell us a little bit about some of the other houses that you might have worked on?
Of the older ones, one of them would be the Windsor House in St. Andrews, which was late 1780s, maybe 1790. We did rebuilt 8 fireplaces and chimneys, two large chimneys, and redid a lot in the foundation. That was about a year.
Yeah.
Last year we did work on this a stone. It's called the Stone Church. I don't know the official name. I think it's an Anglican church in downtown St. John. It's built in 1828 maybe. And we worked again with Tom Morrison on that, and that was stabilizing the stone tower mostly. It's a 90-foot square tower in the front, and we were stabilizing that because basically it was spreading and quite dangerous. So that was an interesting job.
What kind of challenges does working with heritage buildings like this present to you as a stonemason compared to, say, a modern building, where, there's a leak in the basement, a crack in the foundation?
The biggest challenge is the materials, trying to make it match the materials to what it was originally so that it looks right as well as performs right. And with modern buildings, they use modern materials, modern mortars, and the old ones are very different. They're different materials, the bricks are different, the mortar's very, very different. And if you use modern methods in the old masonry, you'll often do more damage than you do help. So it's a challenge knowing and figuring out the materials, and it's not an exact science. It's a lot of guessing.
So in this case right here, where you're dealing with a home that the foundation, because we don't know, it could be as early as 1808, within 5 years of the receiving of the 1807 land grant from King George III. The house would have had to been built. A dwelling would have had to have been built. So it's possible that the original stone foundation that we're looking down right there, those large rocks, boulders, I guess, which would have formed the, what do you call that? The foundation. I mean, it's all a foundation. What's the word?
A footing course,
A footing,
I guess.
yeah. That those could potentially be the original ones, but then there was other iterations of the house because it was worked on over a period of, we figure, maybe 1830s and again in 1850s. Each one of those has its own special issues it brings to the table, right?
Yeah, I would hazard a guess that the foundation, at least a lot of it, is original. The upper parts have been added when they raised the house. The house was raised twice, and so the brick parts of the foundation are added with the risings.
So what?
I'd say the stone's probably the original. They're not going to tear it all out and redo it.
Yeah, I suppose not.
For the sake of adding on an addition.
Right. So what are you planning to do here in the next, obviously, tell us what you've done so far. I mean, you've only been here for a few days, and I didn't realize you had done so much work. Well, I mean, it's incredible what you've done on here already. Look at this.
That's what we've done, is tear a big hole in the foundation.
Holy cow. I mean, look at that. That was a wall, and what I'll try to do is get a picture to show what it was like before.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a wall with a bulge, a protruding bulge of brick that was
stone.
and
Stone
stone.
and brick.
Yeah, that was obviously needed to be repaired. Yeah, it was a mess. Yeah.
It was a mess. So that basically there's our pile.
Yeah.
There's the wall now, and it will go back in.
That's the wall. Holy cow, look at that. Look at the rock. Look, it's all over the place. So you had to take all of this, this rock and stone. Comes out in pieces, right?
Yep.
And where do you think that they would have got that original stone?
There's two basic types of stone. One is a red sandstone. Look at your piece here somewhere.
Right there? No, that's a brick.
No, that's a brick.
And you said something about the bricks.
Well, there's a gray. You can see it best right there. So that's one of the types of stone.
Okay.
And it's sort of a
Local.
shaly type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, very likely it's local because in the 1800s they didn't have trucks. They had to bring it with horse carts or oxen carts.
True.
Trying to find a piece of the red sandstone. There's your red sandstone. So you can see it's kind of a very soft sandstone. Those are the two basic types, a few others, but
Okay, and then there's the bricks. You mentioned about the bricks.
Yeah.
And I suppose this is what's giving you a little bit of a headache, is now you're going to have to
they're
find...
really fat bricks.
They're fat bricks.
So there's a brick right there.
And so a normal size brick is oh yeah, look at this.
A normal width of a brick is that. So
Wow.
you can see the difference.
Yeah. Look at that, eh?
So they have a mixture, but the majority of them are this. So we've been very careful taking these bricks out so we don't break them.
Right.
Because, so like this part of the wall is these fat bricks.
Oh,
and
right.
we have to have enough to go the whole way across.
So these are the skinny bricks right
These
here?
are the skinny bricks.
Okay, and those are
Those
probably
are easy to find.
1830s, I figure.
Yeah, probably 1830s
Yeah.
and then 1870s or 50s.
Well,
Okay.
1858 was when the house was the addition was added, the L, which is actually the L is right in front of us,
Yes.
right in front of
And
us on the other side.
these bricks, you have the brick upstairs that has the Glasgow on it.
Yes.
But these do not have any words written on it.
Yeah.
So they're unidentified
Yeah.
bricks.
So somebody probably made these here locally. Is that common too?
Very common back then. Yeah. Again, or it's also common to have bricks come from England or Scotland or something, or because, or at least down where we are. Maybe here they come from somewhere else.
Well, what's it called? The Glasgow bricks.
Yeah.
That we have.
So, but they bring them as ballast.
They were brought as ballast in
right,
1838.
come here
yeah.
and then they go back with whatever they wanted,
Lumber.
lumber
Yep,
or
yep.
ship's masts
Yep,
or
yep.
whatever to build things. So trees, they have mostly lumber, I guess.
Yeah, it's A&T
So
Bow.
it-
A&T Bow Glasgow
But
is that
these
brick.
do
Yeah.
not have that name on
Okay,
them.
so you looked at them all, eh? Yeah.
So they may be used somewhere else.
Well, I think there was we know of three, and interestingly, as I mentioned earlier, we were able to donate that one to the Glasgow Brick
Yeah.
Museum. The National Brick Museum of Scotland, which is outside of Edinburgh.
But as far as I can tell, there's no inscriptions on these bricks.
Ha!
So basically they're unidentified. They could be local. They could be ballast from England. These are just the broken ones.
Right. Yeah.
And then these are good ones.
So you're hoping you have enough.
I'm hoping we have enough. We were careful taking them down to not break them, so I think we should.
How will you manage if you don't have enough?
I don't know.
We'll figure out something.
We'll go across the road and pray
To the church.
at the church.
Well, we may have to do some jury rigging. So in all, like in terms of this, so your plan is, of course, I mean, you're going to fix this big problem here, but in general, you've got quite a bit of work ahead of you, right?
Yes, will be a month.
At least,
Yeah,
yeah.
I figure a month. This will take 2.5, 3 weeks, and then there's a bunch of small little repairs around. Generally, the wall everywhere else is in pretty good shape, but there's little bits of
There's
stuff
cracks,
that need
yeah.
work. So little cracks get fixed.
I'm so impressed with this right here. Like, I never thought I'd see the day that was actually open. And what did you say about the soil? Okay, what day? Today is March. It's March 8th.
Yes, this is March.
And it's freezing outside, probably -8 or whatever it is.
What we did was I didn't, but straw got put all around the
In
house.
January,
Right?
yep.
And then there's now about 3 feet of snow on top of that. And believe it or not, the soil's not even frozen below that at all. So we're able to
Unreal.
dig up to here, and then we can just rebuild the wall up against the earth. We'll try to plaster some cement over the surface of the wall as we go. And the earth will just fill it up again.
It's unbelievable.
And then in the
this here-
spring, hopefully, we can do the pointing on the outside.
Okay. So then there'd actually be the exterior part too when
There
the
will be
snow's
an
up.
exterior part in the spring or summer.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Probably the summer, then we can go swimming on the beach.
How about that? Yeah, you can stay at the cottage. Yeah, how about that? And so you don't need to tear up any more of this stuff right here. You're finished.
This
You're
is
finished.
about where this is about where the wall sort of came out from this point, like that. So we've torn it down to there, and we'll do this. You can see, if you look at an angle from straight down, you can see how it bends out.
Oh yeah.
Can
You
you
can
get
see.
the angle of that?
Yes, I can see that. Yeah, for sure. It's at an angle.
So it did the same thing here. So
It bowed
came
out.
like
Yeah,
that.
it bowed out.
Bowed out from both sides. So we're tearing it back to where it's
So
where
you'll
it's straight, because it's weak once it's been kicked in. So then we can rebuild it.
So are you going to, like that part right there, are you going to push that in?
No, that'll get torn down.
Oh, you're
I'm
going
not
to tear
finished
that?
tearing down.
Oh, okay.
There's more to come.
And I mean, I just see so many things that need work down here. So, and is there anything that you'd like to add about the challenges, other challenges with this project that?
Yeah, banging my head on
You're
the
tall.
ceilings.
Yeah, but that's common for you, I imagine.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan's tall as well, so he'll be banging his head
Yeah.
as well.
So okay, well, and in terms of the rest of the work that's going to be done down here in the basement, you'll be making your way. I see you've done a lot of digging here, right? Or is that's the soil?
There was a large pile of earth put against the wall.
Right.
I think it was to help stop it from pushing in.
Right.
So
Okay.
basically, that's now over here. So
Oh,
that
okay.
allows us to work.
Okay, good. And it might come in useful later when we try to sort out the issues with the floor too,
Yeah,
right?
who knows?
Yeah.
It might be in the way for the next 10 years.
I hope not. And okay, so and then over here, just take a quick look. Watch your head. I know that there's some large cracks here too, eh? There's a large crack right here.
Yeah,
What do you do with that?
So something like this, you would run steel rods through it to
Right.
basically tie it together. Okay? Wherever you get a joint, like there's a joint right here,
Right?
you can cut the joint out, put a steel rod into
Oh.
it, and then pack it with new mortar, and you can do several of those. And it basically stabilizes the crack.
Okay.
It can't open up and down anymore.
What about this?
This one
Yeah.
is an issue because basically that horizontal crack to me means there's been a little bit of settling. And I'm curious, I don't remember it being that big when we looked at it in the fall.
I have
So
pictures.
I want to talk to Tom about that.
Yeah, I have a lot of pictures, so
Okay.
taken over the years, so because we were always sort of.
'Cause I know it was here, like we knew there was some settling in here.
And then of course there's this over
There's
here.
little bits around the window, and there's also a doorway, an old doorway
Yeah, what do you think that was? That
there.
I
It would
always.
just be an old doorway into the other part of the house.
No, there's no other part of the house here. This is the corn. Where are we? I get mixed up. Okay, so
Well,
there's St. Peter Avenue, right in
Yeah.
that direction.
and
So
the
this
back
is
end.
the old Kentucky Fried Chicken is in that direction. So this is the
Towards the addition.
yeah, that's right. You're right.
So this could have gone into the old
Wow.
part of the foundation, like in the foundation in the other part, or it could have been from before they put the addition on. This could have been the original cellarway door.
Yeah, we were wondering. We had a group in here one time who thought these were historians who thought that may have been a place to put coal if it had been coal,
Okay.
or potatoes or
Sure.
wood or whatever. So but you can see that's been also sort
Yeah.
of funny. It didn't break. It didn't bulge though.
No, it hasn't bulged at all.
Yeah, but that would essentially be the same thing that happened over there, right?
Well,
The same-
this could have been the original cellarway, and then when they put the addition on, they closed this in, and then they opened the cellarway up over there.
Right.
Quite possible. That's a guess. Be my guess, but
And this part over here seems to be okay.
that's in great shape.
Yeah.
But again, there's an addition behind there now, so there's no water.
Right.
There's no frost behind it.
Yeah, true, too. Okay.
So the frost and the water is what does the damage.
And of course, this is a bad, we've got our issues here with this corner. So hoping that'll all be sorted out
Yeah.
and get our new electrical panel in there at some point. So is there anything else you'd like to tell us about what you're going to do before we finish our little talk here today?
I guess, I don't know.
You've
That's
got-
about it.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to seeing how this plays out over the next couple of weeks, and we'll be following your work. So thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you.
And really, really interesting, and looking forward to seeing the finished product, of course. And I see you've got some of your big, large buckets. What's that for?
That's for lime.
Okay.
So we'll slate the lime in there.
Right?
So I'll do that. Actually, that's one of the jobs for today.
Okay.
It's probably next.
Well, I'll leave you to do your
The
work.
next session we'll be rebuilding over there.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, and we'll let you get back to work. Look at that.